You will offer your patronage to our people too, yes? Let's see, perhaps you can begin with Marnos. They are one of our foremost artisans, once held in the highest esteem by the Knights of Vebert. With the Knights gone, however, Marnos has no opportunity to put their skills to use. They'd be overjoyed for your patronage. This music makes me think I'm at like an Oktoberfest or something. $1,182, $1,183, $1,184. Wait, did I already count that leaf? Ah! Who, what, where, what? Wait, you're a mortal? Huzzah! Well met, yes, very well met indeed. Have you old and tired arms and armor that are threatening to fall apart at critical junctures in battle? If you answered yes, you've come to the right Nemo. I will restore your equipment to pristine condition for a payment of a pair of moss fungus legs. Moss fungi roam around just outside the cave. Please, please, please give their legs and your patronage to me. Alright, so we just need to kill them. We don't have to do anything special. Right. There you go. Ah, you returned. And with the moss fungus legs, I hope. They are tools for my trade, lest you wonder. Used to polish metal and leather alike to a lustrous sheen. Now that I have work again, I must replenish my stores. Two moss fungus legs as befits the work. To have neither more nor less expected of us than what we can provide. There is no greater joy. You see, for there to be honor in a task, we must receive precisely what is worth. Too little means you belittle our ability. Too much means you question our integrity. You give me fitting payment, so my services are at your disposal. I shall begin my inspecting your equipment. I see. I see. Though I must ask for a small fee for the materials, I'm pleased to say that all your arms and armor may be restored. If you mean to change them in the near future, however, there is no need to hurry. My first repair is complimentary. Here's the coin which you may pay me with when you desire to have work done. Many thanks for your patronage. My nose shop is open for business. Oh, and if you mean to offer your patronage to another, may I suggest is Confronting. Judging from your equipment, 'tis plain you're no stranger to battle. I believe Ffxiv will have something to offer you. Ah, to have so many men visit us at once. This is a joyous day indeed. If you please give me your patronage. As my patron, I shall ask that you remove the noxious mushrooms that grow in our cave. Flame spores, they're called. We would tend to them with magics, except they leave behind a harmful ash. We have no choice but to pluck them one at a time. Now you will be curious as to what I have to offer. I'm a purveyor of wares that will aid you in your travels. In exchange for your fitting payment, I will give you my choicest items. You've already moved the flame spores. How very quick you are. Oh, but did you perchance search the western entrance as well? I'm told that more have cropped up in that area. I wasn't spying on you or anything, I just finished my task and I should go and report back. Ah, you returned. Have you dealt with the flame spores by the western entrance as well? Excellent. No more poisonous spores irritating our noses, for a little while at least. Oh dear, I believe I'm getting sentimental. Having a patron again. It reminds me of the old days. Fair every day. I would carry my wares to the castle to offer in exchange for men's patronage. Back then the castle wasn't called Ligai. The Vobertites built it, and they named it Gunneslicht. It was their last bastion in the struggle against Sun Eaters. And now they're gone, all of them, nobles and knights and common folk alike. But enough reminiscing. I must give you what you've earned. And if you desire anything else I possess, I'll be glad to offer them to you, for a fitting price, of course. Ffxiv shop is now open for business. You'll be offering your patronage to anyone else, so would you consider would lad? They've been under the weather of late, and the chance to perform an honorable task would cheer them up. What? You would be my patron? But I can't do anything for you. The Lawless ones took my invisible ink, and without it I can't make my arcane wares. Who are the Lawless ones? They're Numu like us, except they've turned their backs on their values. Curs without honor they are. They refuse to work, instead spending all their time cavorting and making a nuisance of themselves. It was when I was outside for a walk that they set upon me and robbed me of my possessions, the ink included. I was too weak to resist them, but you, mortal, you look quite strong. Do you think you can take my ink back from those villains? If you do this, I will consider it your patronage, and by way of my service, I will make you something very special. Excuse me, but I couldn't help overhearing. If you mean to undertake this task, will you let me accompany you? I will learn from you, and help in what little way I can. Thank you so much. The Lawless ones make their lair to the south, inside a cave called Father Collard's Chambers. They took many vials of ink, and I'd be grateful if you could bring as many back as possible. Father Collard's chambers is through here. I peered inside, and sure enough, it was milling with Numu. They looked none too friendly. If Thancred were here, he'd tell me to go about quietly and quickly. Let us split up. Find all the ink I can, and then come back outside. See you shortly.
Oh, thank goodness. There you are. Those Numo were rather frightening. I'm glad you're safe. I haven't seen much actual combat, so I was a little nervous, but I'm happy I could help. The Minfilius before me battled Sin-Eaters as part of the Yulmoran army. But that had all changed by the time I was found. They held me captive, so that I wouldn't follow in the others' footsteps. I'd still be in my cell now had Thancred not spirited me away. When he found me, I knew nothing of the world. I didn't know how to live, let alone fight. Thancred once told me that if the efforts to summon you failed, it would fall to me to face the Light Wardens. I realized then that it was the only reason he kept me close. As a contingency. The truth is, he can't stand to be around me. Because I'm not her. I'm not his Minfilia. Once, we journeyed to Nabatha together, to the place where the Oracle appeared and stayed the flood. As we drew near, I felt as though I was fading away. I shut my eyes and covered my ears, and then... I'm not sure what happened after that. I have a vague feeling that I said something to him. Only it wasn't me at all. It was her. Afterwards, Thancred didn't say a word. Only kept to himself and brooded. There's nothing I can do for him. Nothing I can offer but my presence. Though it only reminds him of his loss. She should be the one to live on. That's why I tried to find you. Because I knew that was what she wanted. But now that you're here, I'm not entirely sure what it was she intended me to do. Was I meant to tell you something, or bring you to someone, or somewhere? I can feel the answer at the edge of my mind, just out of reach. What is that?
Why? Why did you imprison us? Such boredom, such tedium have we suffered. It is unfair. Unfair. Come and play with us.
Yo, it's spooky?
It came from the castle. This is everything I have. Please see it delivered to the Nummo. I will bear word to Thancred and the others.
Mercy, your majesty, we had no choice. Please forgive us. Oh, it's you. My ink. Were you able to retrieve it? Yes, this is the ink, and almost all of it too. When our king spoke to me, my day went from bad to worse. But thanks to you, it's simply bad again. What? You had the vision too? Oh, woe is us. Ordinarily, when a living being turns into a sin eater, it loses everything about its mind that defined it. However, the king has retained some of their instincts. This manifests in the desire to play and be free. So strong is that desire, it often leaks through the seal to invade our consciousness. For a long time we ignored it, but we can't do so forever. But forgive me, I was going to thank you for reuniting me with my ink. You did exactly as I asked, so I will give you the service as promised. Nothing up my sleeve, and voila! May it serve you well. Free teleports again. There's nothing like honorable work. Thanks again for giving me the opportunity. Oh, I should mention that Elder Widank returned a moment ago. If you seek them out, I dare say they'll have tidings for you. There you are. I'm informed that you've been an excellent patron to our people. For that you have my thanks. Now then, you will be pleased to hear that we've come to a decision regarding the scepter. If you gather your companions, I will deliver our answer. Before I begin, please allow me to express my gratitude for your kind patronage. Having been deprived of purpose for so long, our people are overjoyed at being able to serve again. But on to the matter of the stone scepter. During our deliberations, we were forced to concede that we will never have the power to deal with our fallen monarch. We can release Titania neither from the castle nor from torment. In light of this, we have decided to entrust their fate to you. Take it. The stone scepter of the Nemo. This makes 3 relics. One more and we can arrange a meeting with the Warden. Ere you continue your quest, allow me to enlighten you as regards your foe. Know that Titania is not a name, but a title bestowed upon one chosen to lead the pixies by the grace of nature. This leader, upon Ilmeg's founding, arose as ruler of all Faefolk to bring order to our riotous kind. In our turn, we Faefolk render our blessing unto nature, unto water, wood, and wind, that our king might be further empowered. Though they are become a sin-eater, their powers remain unchanged. When you face them, be prepared to face the full fury of nature. Oh dear, is there anything else that we should know? Anything else? Only that if you feel unready for the challenge, and none here would blame you for it, you are welcome to remain among us a while longer. After all, I myself have yet to enjoy your patronage, and who knows when I will next have the chance. We would see that you were comfortable, of course, and do all in our power to make you feel at home. Oi! Honestly, look away for one moment and every fairy and their nuncle tries to steal my sapling from me. This is my sapling, mine, do you hear? Not yours and not the Ffxiv's. And anyone who so much as thinks about trying to seduce her will wish he hadn't. The final relic is a pair of shoes wrought of crystal. They are held in the Amoro's safekeeping at the settlement, Vulcult. It beareth mentioning that these Amoro are unlike those which thou hast therefore encountered. Owing to a peculiarity of evolution, they are capable of speech, and thus we might negotiate with them as we have the Faefolk. Though it saddens us to see you leave, we wish you well on your way. When you arrive in Waldorf, seek out the largest of the Amaro. His name is Seto, and he is their leader and the bearer of the relic. An enormous Amaro slumbers peacefully. Birch? Oh, forgive me. I was having a dream. Seldom do men visit us. What brings you to our village? Did I hear you aright? You desire the crystal shoes, that you may confront the Lightwood. No. No, you mustn't think such thoughts. Even if you are indeed immune to the light's corruption, as you claim, vanquishing the king will bring you naught but sorrow. Forget this folly. Return whence you came. While we appreciate your concern, we have no choice in the matter. Will you not reconsider? Come, my friends, let us leave him with his thoughts. It is harder by far to change the minds of they who mean well than they who mean ill. Forgive me, but I'm not sure I understand. And little wonder. 'Tis the first time thou hast set foot here. 'Twould behoove you all to learn something of the nature of this community, I think. and there is no surer way than to speak with his members. In such wise, you will come to understand Seto's reason for refusing us, and I hope gain an insight into how he may yet be persuaded. So I bid ye seek out the Amuro. And make yourselves known unto them. A gentle touch shall suffice by way of a greeting. Is what that said. Well now, it is not often that we are visited by men, much less unglamoured ones. What brings you so far from your own kind? Pet. How long has it been since last I felt man's touch? I cannot help but be reminded of my master's hand. He was a knight of Vebert, a noble and valiant soul. But like so many others, he died fighting the Sin-Eaters. Though he is long departed, I remain in this land out of respect for his memory. Are you one of those treasure hunters? There is nothing left for you here, pet. That tickles. Enough. I never had a master. I'm not accustomed to it. Not that I dislike your kind, you understand. On the contrary, we Amuro were bred to be fond of men. In the beginning, we were all of us mindless beasts. But then a mage of Ranka gave us the gift of intelligence, that we might better serve our masters. After that empire fell, those with the gift eventually died out. On rare occasions, however, we are born with the seed of our ancestors in us. If we live long enough amongst men, this seed may quicken, restoring the power of speech to us amongst other things. So it was with me, though I never had a master, as I told you. Interesting. What is all the commotion? Did something happen while we slumbered? Pet. What's happening? Why am I being patted? It's wonderful. Seldom do we have the chance to enjoy the attentions of men. Your kind are loath to come here for fear of the Fae folk. But then we are Fae folk too. When first we made our home here, we swore an oath to the Faerie King, you see. 'Tis easy to forget sometimes. Animation cancel! Thou hast peered into the hearts of the Amuro, I take it. Then thou canst not choose but see the intense and abiding love they bear for men. It is out of concern for our welfare, and not scorn, that Seto seeketh to dissuade us from confronting their king. Yet confront their king we must, and to that end we must needs have the crystal shoes. Might I prevail upon thee to confer with Seto in private? The task of slaying the Light Warden will ultimately be thine, and it is for thee, I believe, that he worrieth the most. Tell him of thy many great deeds, spoken in earnest. Thy words may yet move him to change his mind. You have spoken with my brethren. Then you see it is not out of scorn that I deny you the relic. I simply cannot bear to see men fight and die. Not anymore. None of us can. To lose one who has placed a gentle hand on us even once fills our hearts with untold sorrow, as my brothers and sisters will readily attest. What am I to make of such declarations? Tell me, why do you wish this? This land is no longer man's to fight for, nor will your doing so compel the Fae folk to change. And in order to obtain the other relics, you will already have paid the due price. Not more is owed. Why then would you risk all to face our fallen king? What did you say? The very words. Could it be mere coincidence? Very well. You may believe what you say, but we shall see if you have the strength to do it. Sin-eaters have been prowling the area of late. Prove yourself against them, and I will consider giving you the relic. See that you are well prepared, then meet me in the clearing to the east. There I will lure out the fiends, that you may slay them. I will use my voice to lure out the sin-eaters, as I once did when I hunted with an old friend. A feeble cry for the ravenous, a mighty roar for the territorial. I still remember the tricks. But come, we begin at your signal. Ready then? Very well. Rawr, like a dungeon dragon. You made short work of those creatures. I will not deny it. I have seen enough. Let us return to Wulfdorf. By the ease with which you slew those sin-eaters, I see that you are capable. However, I still require time to think. If you should be willing, there is a favor I would ask of you. This is not a test of your strength, but a personal request. Please hear my tale. A while ago, I fought sin-eaters who had wandered into Ilmig. In the heat of battle, I dropped a prized possession, a medallion. Of all the places that it should fall, it was Longmirror Lake. We Amaro are not fond of water. We certainly cannot dive very deep. I briefly entertained the thought of turning to the Ffxiv, but they are more likely to keep my medallion out of mischief than return it to me. I had despaired of retrieving my treasure, but having seen what you are capable of, perhaps you will be able to help me find it. While I ponder your requests for the shoes, will you not go and search for my medallion? If it should elude even you, I will accept that it is gone forever. Ah, you are returned. How fared your search?
Ah, my medallion! You found it! Oh, I know not how to thank you. It is my most treasured possession. A gift from a dear departed soul. He was a traveler, and together we journeyed to the ends of the world and back again, when I was young. In those days, I could not speak, but we found joy in each other's company nonetheless. Oh, the memories. This medallion he found during an adventure, fashioned it into a necklace for me, his partner in crime. I had not the words to tell him then, but it filled my heart with pride. I was so happy. His name was Artbert, and he was my friend.
Artbert, thou sayest?
Everyone blamed him for the flood, him and his comrades. Some few spoke up for them, of the many whose lives they had touched. But as the years went by, their voices were drowned out by those who only uttered the adventurers' names as a curse. It was too much to bear, and so I left behind men and their lies, and came to this place. Artbert was a trusting soul, constantly being drawn into the troubles of others. Yet in spite of this, he never thought twice when he saw someone in need. He always tried to help. It was no different then. The world needed heroes. It needed him. And yet, he was a good man. He deserved to be happy. I wish I could have told him that, at least. You remind me of him. Your kindness. When we Amaro were created, we were granted the ability to perceive souls. Thus did we recognize our masters. That ability has long since faded from our kind. But due perhaps to my reversion, I can see your soul. Faintly, but surely. It is reminiscent of Artbert's. Strikingly so. Of course, you are you and no one else. We are defined not by the soul we are born with, but the path we walk. Nevertheless, I cannot help but feel that this is more than mere coincidence. Which is why I will place my faith in you. The relic. It is yours.
There's trouble! Terrible trouble!
something happened at Lida Loran.
Together with the twins, we were playing tricks on some nasty mortals to stop them from setting foot in Ilmeg. At first they ran off screaming, which was lots of fun. But then a scary, bony, wrinkly old mortal came along and spoiled everything. None of our tricks seemed to work on him, which is no fun at all. And now they're getting closer and closer.
Ranjit. If he manages to find his way in, all our efforts will have been for naught.
As thou sayest. Should we be discovered ere our mission here is complete, and the Light Warden yet liveth, our task will be rendered nigh impossible. If we are to prevail, we must needs divide our forces. Thus do I propose the following. Whilst thou salliest forth to meet with the Light Warden, we shall join in the effort to obstruct the trespassers. Should we succeed in staying their advance, all the better. Yet even should we fail, if we can but delay our enemy's arrival long enough for thee to secure victory, our plan may still be deemed a success.
So the moment the lights go out, we all beat a hasty retreat, yes?
Let me come with you. I have the blessing too.
No, Midfelia. You'll only get underfoot. Now come.
I wish there were more I could do. Please be careful.
Forgive me. It seems my indecision has cost you precious time, but I am convinced now. Convinced that you will triumph. To the south you will find the bridge to Ligai. As the bearer of the 4 relics, the gate to the castle will open to you. The gate has recognized you bear all 4 relics. The seal is broken. All that remains is to enter the castle and confront Titania, a being bereft of reason and mercy. 'Tis sure to be a ferocious battle, but if anyone can bring an end to our king's torment, it's you. Yet know this, my adorable sapling. Though we fae folk may appear to live unfettered lives, there are still laws that bind us. To take back as much as is taken, to create as much as is destroyed, to give as much as is received. In all things, balance must be preserved, and the same will be asked of you. Worry not. Come what may, a beautiful branch will ever be at your side. The dancing plague, now acceptable. And accessible. Acceptable and accessible. Escape. Who goes there? Are you the one who broke the seal? So much time lost. So much frolicking and feasting left undone. We must make up for it. We must. Beginning by playing with you. I feel like this should have been voiced, but it wasn't. So it's what it is. Oh, this song. This is one of the songs that I've heard on one of my randomized mounts. Okay, stand in puddles.
For the night is bright and you can sleep when you're dead.
Puddles.
Play with fire.
Okay, I don't want the voice anymore. Yeah, I take it back. Oh, jeez. What happened there?
We're sick of this cramped old castle. Let's play in.
What? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the voice of the music just seems like a weird fit for this battle.
Put the leaves on the bed. This is so much fun! Let's play some more.
You did it!
No more.
Thank you, Ffxiv, for the carry. I didn't quite survive that.
You have freed our fallen king. Not that I expected any less, my Snayak. The dress, the crown, the scepter, the shoes. The time has come for these relics to serve their true purpose. For they are not only keys to the castle, they are also blessings to be bestowed upon the new king. The way into the castle is opened when it is time to relieve the reigning monarch of the throne. And the brave soul who does the deed has the honor of taking their place. However, should you ascend the throne, you will become one of us, never again to live as men do. My adorable sapling, my precious mortal. We Fae folk live forever, but such is not your virtue. To strive for a dream you will never see, to sow seeds that others might one day taste the fruits of your garden, That is the beauty of your kind. Burn bright and shine as only you can. These blessings, your lovely branch will accept in your stead. Acht-la, Acht-la, Meg, Ormh. Now, shall we attend to those unwise enough to trespass in our realm?
Confound it! How did they get here so fast?
Damn these pixies and their tricks!
How in the seven hells?
Listen well. We come in pursuit of villains who have fled to this land. You know who and where they are. Now show yourselves and answer me before I lose my patience.
Oh, stop! It hurts! It hurts!
Enough! Lift the enchantment!
Minfilia, willful child, how many times must I come to collect you?
I won't return to your maw. And I won't let you hurt my friends.
What is this stance? Where did you learn it? No oracle I trained would make such an unseemly show of herself. Know your shame, gal. You're powerless. You have no life nor purpose, save that which our master sees fit to permit.
Who are you to dictate her purpose? To lock her away and deny her a life? If she was powerless, it's because of you, you sanctimonious swine. But no longer.
Fool! Defiance only begets more suffering. It is through acceptance alone that one may find solace in this god's-forsaken world.
Look! The sky! She's done it! The Warrior of Darkness has triumphed!
General? What are our orders? What do we do? We do what we came to do. Subdue this rabble and find the Warrior of Darkness. Forward, men! Take the villains captive! Are you deaf? I said...
happening? Water? That wasn't there before.
Ormh kansasi, Ormh kinsi.
What's the matter with you? Get a hold of yourselves, damn it! General, they come in greater numbers. We must retreat.
All who stand with a warrior of darkness shall face justice. My master demands it.
I see. Well, it's a good thing Faerie all volunteered to become king in your stead, for all our sakes.
We are grateful for your timely aid, Faerie, or should I say, your majesty.
It was the first night in recent memory. We all of us but wished to make the most of it. That's something you must remember about us Fae folk. Though our existence may be eternal, we exist only for the present. We live in the here and now, paying no mind to futures that may or may not be. To wit, we are not driven as men are. We cannot fight for such causes as men do.
Does that mean you won't aid us against the Sin Eaters?
Not unless the mood takes us. But if it was to repay a debt, well then, that's another matter. To take back as much as is taken. To create as much as is destroyed. To give as much as is received. Such is the way of Ilmeg. By this law, we shall lend you our strength. In return for the beautiful sky you have restored to us. In times of need, do not hesitate to call. Silly sapling. I shall remain at your side. Even should my body be in the castle, 'tis a simple thing to have a little part of me accompany you. Treat them as you would the Smiths.
Thank you, Bang. Appreciate it. Ne'er for a moment did I doubt that thou wouldst triumph over thy foe, yet thy majesty of thine achievement delighteth me none the less. The night hath returned to Ilmig, and we stand one step closer to delivering the first from its doom, and averting the 8th umbral calamity. 'Tis but a pity thou wert not present to see the Fae folk put the Umorians to flight. 'Twas a sight to raise the spirits, I do assure thee. But what valuable allies they might prove, were the mood only to take them. I knew you could do it, and not only because of your blessing. You have a strength all your own, and it has seen us through many a trial. With the warden defeated, I believe our work here is done. It is time we were going. Together, needless to say. To the bitter end, the fate of our two worlds being at stake and all that. Now then, I suggest we hurry back to the Crystarium. Much and more may have happened while we were frolicking with the Fae folk. That Ranjit elected to pursue us makes me hopeful the city was spared Ormh's attentions, but I would sooner see for myself. Besides, I believe I speak for all of us when I say that I've had a bellyful of Ilmig. But this is way before the faeries think to play with us again. Hopping out to figure out dinner, but we'll be lurking right on. Thank you again for the carry. I appreciate it. I can't even say that I served as much of a distraction for Titania. I wasn't around very long.
All seems well at the Crystarium.
Yes. Ormh was plainly more concerned with finding us. How flattering.
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to complete the task myself.
And you are...
Were one to study the annals of Garlean history, one would find yonder visage on many a page. Though by rights its youth should long since have faded.
Well, well, we have a historian in our midst. That spares me a lengthy explanation. I am Solus Sos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire, and under various guises, the architect of myriad other imperially inclined nations. As for my true identity, I am Emmett Selk, Ascian.
Gaia spoke of you, a native of the Source.
Equal in rank to La Habrea. And you came all this way just to introduce yourself to us?
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a more affecting spectacle? Oh, it is truly, deeply infuriating. Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining?
Following the flood, the first had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis. The end was in sight. Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the world back from the brink. And adding his lumpen weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales, if only by a fraction. Yet a fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining. Had mankind continued to live in idleness under Vorthri's rule, all the conditions would have been met. But you had to come and ruin it all. Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters!
Well, I should begin by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased. As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and walk away?
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone. Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthri and kill you all. But that's no different from what Lahabrea did. And we all know how well that ended for him. And so, while it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach. Cooperation. I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Light Wardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge and strength.
Since time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
Nay, our objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive. A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, might we not seek to find common ground? For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to my heart's content. But this time I thought that I might instead try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the Source, to determine if our goals are truly incompatible. So come, shed your preconceptions. See beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for. When all is said and done, we may find ourselves pleasantly surprised. The proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of it.
Thou hast delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright. If I may offer thee counsel, however, to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian Slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted. I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
Cooperation? He can't be serious, can he? We've certainly been given much to ponder, but first things first, I should report to the Exarch. You can run along now, Faedwin. We're perfectly capable of handling this little task. In light of your recent exertions, I say you've earned a rest. Go on, take yourself off to bed. We'll see you later, refreshed and ready for more. Well, I don't trust any of that. But I don't think we have much of a choice but to play along for now. I've been told to go to bed, so let's talk to the manager of suites. Welcome back, miss. We've been expecting you. You'll find refreshments laid out in your quarters. Hope they are to your liking. Will you be retiring now? Very good, miss. Bid you a pleasant evening. I hope the past few days have not been overly taxing. Pray take your rest and recover.
From the Exarch, is it? With that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know. He'll probably think you're talking to yourself. Still, he's keeping you well fed. Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort. But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like, what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around. A lot's happened since the flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history and the Exarch's past. Not that it matters. It's Emmett's Selk we should be concerned about. When our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said that the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining. Desperate as we were, we heeded his words, not realizing that the flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them. But Emmett Selk had one thing right. One should not fight blindly. That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear. What? What about Seto? What is there to say? All right. He's done some growing. When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big. And he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him. What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto? Chocobo, perhaps? Come on, You tell me something for a change.